it going, everyone? This is going to be a little bit of a rant. Most of it, actually, is going to be a rant. So, this morning, let's get to the beginning of the story. We always like a story with a beginning. So this morning, I woke up and I went, had breakfast, had a shower, you know, powered up the computer, did the stupid thing of logging into Facebook, you know, check in, see my emails and everything, looking good so far, back to Facebook, BT Advert. Ooh, what's this? Are you ready for the drone age? What? Okay. Now, yes, BT pushing drone fear. Now, no one's learnt from Air Maps apparently. So Air Maps, they revealed that they wanted to tax or make drone pilots pay for takeoff and landing in America. Okay, hopefully the tweet will appear somewhere here on what they said. Everyone started uninstalling Air Maps. Okay, I'm going to put this to you and then I'm going to give you an option as drone users what you should do. Okay, so please bear with. I dislike of this 110%. This is fear mongering almost at its best. Okay, so basically, are you ready for the drone age? Unmanned aircraft are really taking off. Yes, we've been flying them for over 10 years now, thank you very much. Coming in all shapes and sizes. Yes, they do. Yeah, I can't disagree with you so far. Okay, BT, you're correct. They're creating new business opportunities. Yes, they are. Yes, we've been using them for over 10 years. And when people say, oh, it's the first time it's done this or that, but it probably isn't now because it was probably done a long time ago. They're transforming everything from farming to filming movies. Now, we've been doing that for the past 8 years. You're behind the times, BT. I do like, though, how you missed out search and rescue and how it's transformed search and rescue, especially in mountainous regions and on the moors and everything. So, yeah, well done for Paul trying to point out a positive somewhere, BT. So far, you're doing really well. Now, this is the next line, and this line is the one that begins to oik. But in the wrong hands, they also pose a real risk. Road drones can disrupt events, hack your systems to steal data, and even threaten public safety. Whether deliberate or accidental, these incidents come at a high cost. I think we need to step back a bit here. So let's take the first point. Road drones can disrupt events. That's true. I won't deny they have disrupted events. You know, people not thinking about where they're flying, probably don't know the drone code. Okay, it's very, very small. It's like zero. It's 0.00001 or not even a 1 actually. If I could put half in there, it's like it's minuscule. Okay, the amount of events that have been disrupted in the UK thanks to a drone is minuscule. Okay, let's just be truthful, BT. Hack your systems to steal data. Can a drone be used to hack a system to steal data? Here's the problem, right? So let's say you've got your compound, right? You've got Wi-Fi in your compound, okay? You, as a responsible company, will have already made it so that if a van is parked outside your perimeter fence, they can't hack your Wi-Fi. Okay, now remember, a van with someone in the back with a laptop has far more power at their disposal and they can sit there for a lot longer. They can spend 8 hours hacking your system. A drone only has a small amount of flight time compared. Okay, even if you had a flight time of 30 minutes, for example, right, it's trying to hack a system, right, and the chances of getting past in 30 minutes, then it has to get the data and relay it, upload it. That's an unreliable way to do things with a drone, and a drone can only do it in decent weather. Okay, if it's snowing or raining, a drone's no good, right? So you've got to look logically at everything. And the fear mongering here, right, about a drone being able to hack a system is astounding, I find. It's absolutely no worse. If you're a company and you have done your due diligence and you have made it so your Wi-Fi is secure from a van trying to hack from the outside in, you are secure from a drone. Fact. Okay, that's that bit of a rant out the way. Threaten public safety? I suppose it could be, there is a minuscule, there's this bigger threat to human safety. It's like 0.00000000001. Sadly, it's been proven that driving a van in driving cars is far more dangerous than a drone to public safety than drones. So yeah, cars and vans and lorries, they're far more a public safety issue than a drone. Okay, that's just fact. Right, so you already protected your perimeter fences and guards and defend your IT. Well, if you're defending your IT and your firewalls and everything's good in your Wi-Fi, you will never fear a drone trying to hack your system. Simple fact, as I've already said. That's so annoying. Now you need to think about your security strategy to face this new threat from above. Right, okay, so the threat is from above because it's a drone. Why is it suddenly a threat? Aircraft have far more abilities than a drone does. Right, take Dover, right? So this is a little bit of a security rant, right? And this is for the Dover area that's been put in for security and safety issues, right? Which is basically bullshit, in my humble opinion. And yes, people can slate me and you can slag me off in the comments for this. Now, they quote security. However, Dover is Class G airspace. If you wanted to spy on anything at Dover or that area, right, you just go, you rent a microlight or you rent a Cessna, you tell the pilot to overfly, you get out your long zoom camera lens and you just go click, 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 click. It's the same as if you were doing it with a drone, except for you're in a manned aircraft where you don't have airspace restrictions because it's just bullshit. Okay, that is the niggle. An aircraft, right, a Cessna, you might, even if you put a height in for airspace, let's say, right, you've got critical infrastructure and you want to cover off the airspace, right, and you want to protect it. And the CAA do actually say yes. They say, well, okay, to 1,000 feet, or we'll do that, or to 500 feet, we will do that because manned aviation will be 1,000 feet. That's fine. You do that, but I will go and rent that Cessna or that microlight, overfly your property, and go snap, 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 put all the images on the internet, and there's nothing you can do. Google Maps does it all the time. Yet, why are you moaning about a drone? If you don't worry about Google Maps, you don't worry about a drone. Simple. So simple. And if you think that it's just a drone that you should be worried about, it's other aircraft, it would be manned aviation. Okay? And you would already have a system in place for that, and you'd already be monitoring aircraft. Simple. Anyway, there's my rant on that bit. Right, so you're going to detect, so BTs, detect and respond to rogue drones with counter drone solutions from BT. How will you ever know if a drone overflying is rogue or not? How will you ever know? If you can't lock off the airspace above your industry or whatever it is, right? How will you ever know if that drone is rogue or not? You won't. You could interfere with a search and rescue mission. You could interfere with vital goods being delivered. It is absolutely astounding to say, how will you know between a good drone and a bad drone? There is no way to tell. Absolutely no way, right? And if you think there is, right, please tell me. Because I guarantee you, from a drone detection point of view, there's no way to know if it's good or bad, unless it's restricted airspace or restricted zone, and you're in full control of that airspace, and then you've checked with the air traffic controller or the people that grant access to the airspace and go, did you let a drone in? They go, yes. Oh, we can see it, that's all right then. That's the only way, okay? But for normal companies, you wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo what's good and what's bad. You've got no idea, and the system can't tell you either. That's just fact. So we'll work with you to assess your sites, either in person or remotely, and help you understand if you're at risk. I can tell you now, companies, dead simple, as I already said, if your internet and Wi-Fi is all secure, got behind firewalls, you've got full protection in place, and you're there and you can defend against a van hacking, you're defending against a drone hacking. Simple. It's that simple. If you're worried about photographs of your compound or anything, don't think about drones, think about it as aircraft, right? Which means manned aircraft are included in that. Because if not, right, you've been sold a short, unviable system. And that's a fact, okay? I'm not impressed, right? So, the design and install a tailored system to your security needs. Don't need one. Tell you now. I'll come and assess the site. I'll do it for a lot less than these guys. I'll tell you where your risks are. And yeah. Right, it'll give you early warnings, advanced tracking to identify threats before they become a problem. But you'll never know. This is the problem. You can never know if something's going to be a rogue or not. You know, I can't say that. You just can't know. So you can better protect your organisation. No, you can't. What you will instill is another level of fear at your organisation. This is what you're installing. Nothing more, nothing less. Right. They then go on to quote Gatwick. At 50 million it cost. It cost Gatwick 50 million, right, for mismanagement. That's right, the management system at Gatwick fell apart. It was all mismanaged. There was no drone at Gatwick. There's no proof of a drone. There's never been a photograph of a drone. There are some absolute bullshit around this. Right, so Gatwick, that's the basic facts. At 9 p.m. on the first day, they shut down their runway because of aircraft, because there's a drone been sighted. It was phoned in, there's been a drone sighted. At that point there, they should have looked out the control tower window, seen it was raining and blowing like anything. There's no way a drone would be there for more than 5 minutes, because technically, drones, especially the ones that we buy, the consumer ones, even the self-builds, they're not designed to be waterproof. Right? They're not designed to fly in high winds, and you know the rain will get in and then they're done. It's that simple. Okay? There was never a drone at Gatwick. What there was a fake call to Gatwick saying, oh, there's a drone near the runway. Gone. Right? That was it. Now at 3 a.m. they tried to start up the airport again, right? And there was another call saying, oh, we saw a drone. Now the problem is, right, where was that drone seen? I've seen reports where they said, oh, it's a crane light and it was right over there. But because of the weather conditions, it was flickering. So it looks like it's a drone or something in flight. But it's not. They've not gone out and they've not done the double checks. Okay? It's Gatwick was nothing more than a series of massive failures from the top management all the way down. Okay, anyone that was at Gatwick and involved in that, right, clearly had no understanding of drones, how they work, or anything else. Okay, and maybe I'm being harsh. I don't know. You know, I don't know who did the Gatwick stuff, but as far as I'm concerned, Gatwick was a massive cluster of errors. That's it. Okay, there was a reporter, and he saw flashing lights, right? So he got his camera, telephoto lens, went snap. Phoned Gatwick and says, I've seen a drone. Told the police, I've seen the drone, I've got it on, you know, told his newspaper, I've got the image. Gets to his computer, opens it all up, starts looking. It's a helicopter 5 kilometres out. And that's the problem with Gatwick, right? So everyone was being paranoid about everything in the air, right? Police drones were being spotted as rogue drones. The most simplest thing you do if there's ever a report of a drone near an airport is dead simple. It is the easiest thing to do, right? If you want to know if there's a drone, you don't need drone detection systems at all. It's so simple, right? It's ridiculous, right? You just shut down everything and keep all the aircraft away that you need to for 5 minutes. You send a team down one end of the runway, you send a team down the other. You can send a team to different parts of the airport, right? They get out, and what do you think they do? You do not look for a drone, because seeing a drone in the sky is really hard, okay? All you do is you listen, okay? If you listen, you'll be all right, okay? So it's about listening. And if you can listen, you'll hear it, and then that's it. That's good, okay? And that's what you want to be doing, okay? You don't need a drone detection system or some fancy thing to tell you there's a drone there. Your ears do that. Humans can tell you that, okay? It's so easy, it's unbelievable. Anyway, so Gatwick, they're saying was 50 million. 50 million complete cluster. Right. Next. Oh, look, so, you know, Gatwick was 50 million screw up, right? We've now got 53% of drone users that are not aware of the UK's drone code. Really? 53% of us. I'm sorry. Right, so we have to register with the CAA now, right? It's a legal requirement. Cost us £9. So we've got shafted by that for a start, for no apparent reason. And if anyone cites security at me, I will tell you to do one. Or safety, I will tell you it's bullshit. Right? So £9. We then, right, we then have to do the DMARES, which is a drone and model. So we do like an educational system, so the DMARES. Okay? The DMARES is to show that you pass this test so that you understand the drone code. Okay? That's what the DMARES is about. And we have to put our operator ID on the drone, okay? And then we get our flyer ID, which we are meant to carry with us. Because it's now become a police state for flying drones in the UK, which really... breathe, breathe, breathe. Right? We now have to carry so much crap with us just to fly our drones. However, if you own, right, an electric scooter, right, which aren't legal on UK roads at all, or paths, right, and you use one of them in London, right, no one about an eyelid. And Parliament just debated the drone. Oh, there's currently in Parliament there is a CAA-drone thing going through Parliament at the minute. If this comes in, if this law comes in, right, we're going to be able to get fined and more shit just because, right? But the astounding thing was when the members of Parliament, right, were asking questions and commenting on this, right, they were still quoting Gatwick themselves. There was one that said that a drone with GPS can avoid another drone with GPS. They have no idea. GPS is about receiving the signal, which tells you where you are. It doesn't tell anyone else where you are. It doesn't stop you from going over there or there. The GPS signal is just telling the drone where it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? That's all it does. The GPS signal is a data. People seem to think it means that it can talk to another drone and know where it is. That's not how hard stuff works. That's not how hobby drones work. Okay? Commercial drones may eventually do that, but right now, nothing uses that. Right? Please, members of Parliament, please engage your brain cells and stop falling for the Gatwick stuff. I know it was on TV for 3 days, but it doesn't mean it was true, does it? Rant. Breathe. So yeah, the 53% that drone users, right? And they say 53%, it's bullshit. This will get flagged, this video, won't it? It's not for adults, for bad language. Right, the next one, right, is 574 near misses between UK aircraft and drones since 2010. That's more than one a week. BT, you are nothing more than fear mongering and taking figures that suit your fear mongering. This is reality. So these 574 airprocs near misses. Now, since 2010, well 2010 is when drones roughly started becoming popular. They've been popular 10 years before that, just that you didn't see as much, okay? And now they are. But so 574 near misses have been reported since 2010. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at those near misses, shall we? Because I'm out to call that shit as well. So I don't know about all of you guys, but when I've been on holiday, be it America, to the UK, I've been out to Kazakhstan, been to Spain, been to France. when you fly on a plane, right, and I typically like the window seat because I like a view, okay? When I come into land at any airport, right, I look out the window. Not only do I look out the window, I start looking out the window as soon as we start descending. I suppose a lot of people do. I often have my phone with me on airplane mode so I can take photos and stuff. Okay, makes sense, doesn't it? Why is there no photo or video? Right, so the captain reports he's seen a drone and it flies over his right wing. It doesn't. Actually, you flew past the drone, right? The drone didn't fly over your wing because it can't, okay? Hobby drones can only do 58 miles an hour at maximum, I should think, if that, right? A plane is doing 200 odd knots, if not more. It'll do less on landing, yes, I know. So pull me up on that one below. So as the plane's coming in, we're taking photos, we're getting videos, right? Now the captain and the co-pilot are in front. There's 200 people behind them typically. Where is that video and photo, right, of that drone flying or being flown past by the aircraft? Because I swear, right, that will be the #1 YouTube video. It doesn't exist. Why not? Because there wasn't a drone. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I know a few drone pilots, I've known a few airline pilots, and they have said to me, we saw a drone. However, and let me be clear on this, until I see a photo or video, so I want video really, of a drone flying past a plane's wing, or the plane flying past the drone, right, at 5,000 feet or 200 feet, until you show me on that footage, there was never a drone. And let's go one more. Drone, right, so air proxies, okay, so air proxies near miss. Before 2010, right, so if 2010 is here, everything before 2010 used to be a UFO, unidentified flying object, right? And then in 2010, the UFO reportings did this. They just do, now, what happened was drone reporting went like, oh, this. Because people like BALPA, an organisation called BALPA, which is the British airline organisation one, they are very anti-drone. They've been so anti-drone for the past 10 years. They even got a scientific experiment where they got a load of drone parts and shot it at an airliner window screen to show that there was a problem, okay, and it could maybe damage an airliner window screen. Maybe it could, maybe it couldn't. It, you know, who knows? It probably would, but here's the truth. They just got a load of parts, made a big ball and chucked it at the thing. If I took a brick and did the same thing, it would do the same thing to the window screen. It's the same thing. Oh, just does my nut in. My nut, just does my nut in. Right, anyway. So, yeah, Airprox reality check, and what they do is they look at all the data they can. They look at the report of the drone incident with an airliner, and then they come up with the reality check. Okay, the link's coming up because it's brilliant. Please feel free to support it. So, right, next bit, next page. You can have confidence that your skies are safe with us. Whoa, 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 whoa. BT, just so you understand, the sky above everyone's house in the United Kingdom is not theirs. It is a government, it's a government resource, if you like. We are all stakeholders. We all have a right to use it, right? It's not any company's airspace. You are making it sound, right, that it's the company's airspace, and it is not. Bang out of line. Do your research. So, here we have. So they've got 75 years supplying security solutions. Is that 75 years of security or 75 years of fear mongering? We invest 64 million per year on security innovation. Innovation? Yeah, as long as there's fear, a bit of fear in there for you. You employ 3,000 security professionals worldwide. In fact, we're the UK's biggest private cyber security employer. Do you know what? Cyber security, completely agreed. That's where companies need to make sure they've got all their security, so they can't be hacked from a van outside their company at all. That's where security needs to be, and in the internal systems. Yeah. Our experts look after everything from understanding your objectives and evaluating the risk and designing and installing your solution. You get 24/7 customer care. And they've partnered with Drone Shield to provide world-class technology. I'm not going to comment too much there, because I know some of that. All I can say, right, is if a rogue drone wants to go somewhere, right, and I don't care what system is used, the drone goes there. And you can do it without being seen. Now, that's just reality, you know. It is interesting. So there are a few bits there, you know, but however, 99.999999999, a lot of nines, right, percent, there is no risk, okay, to you or to your business. That's just fact. Okay, so respond with instant detection. So it's their stuff again. Respond with instant detection. Really? You can continuously monitor your surroundings. You can, yes. And see how many drones are overhead. No, you can't. That's a lie. Sorry, I changed that. So I said it's a lie. No, actually, that's misguided. Okay, that's not necessarily true. So I'll change my statement there. That's not necessarily true that you can see everything. Let's be clear. And you'll know when a threat is nearby with our early warning system. How will you know it's a threat? How do you know it's not someone doing a roof inspection? How do you know it's not a hobbyist having fun? You will not be able to tell the difference. It's that simple. Our sensors offer up to 360-degree coverage and can detect them up to 8 kilometres away. Really? I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see that 8 kilometre, because that'll depend upon the sensor. There's no way that the RF will detect it 8 kilometres away. That's not happening. Radar would have to have a clean line of sight, so trees will block it, so that's probably not it. Could a camera do it? A camera might do it if it knew where to look, if it was lucky. So I'm going to say 8 kilometres, probably not. I don't believe that for one iota. So it's going to make it easier to take immediate action to combat threats. No, it's not. Track and identify rogue drones in real time. If a drone breaches your airspace, it's not your airspace, it's state-owned airspace, right? This is, again, BT. This is factually wrong. Okay? Before it becomes a problem with a highly accurate multi-sensor technology. No. Define highly accurate, please. That's all I can say. You can also better assess if it's a threat by identifying what type of drone it is and where it might be going. Really? You've got every drone? I've seen the AI systems. No, you don't. I'm willing to bet that if I showed up and flew against this system, I could show up with kit and they'll just go, and the system wouldn't know what it is. Simple fact. With our systems tools, you can process information in real time, making it easier to collect the evidence you need to prosecute rogue drone pilots. No! Really? Or use the data you collect to build up a better picture of drone behaviour in your area. Now that is more likely to be true. Improving your security setup. No, that's not true. Built for you for the future. Your organisation is unique, so are our solutions. We tailor every detection system to your security needs. What they're saying is, if you can't afford a particular sensor, you won't have it. So the system is built up from RF, from camera and radar. Okay, there are a couple of other sensors, but I'm not going to say it just in case I don't have it. But those are the typical three. The most expensive one is the radar, the cheap one is the RF, followed by the camera. Just so you know. Oh, they offer a range of finance options to suit every budget. Yeah, don't have it. Drones are not a threat. Don't fall for bad marketing. And BT is bad marketing. They're fear marketing. Don't do it. Detect threats on the go with vehicle-based systems. What? They're going to fit it to a car. Do you know, right, if you were a company, right, and you have this fitted on vehicles and even have security teams with handheld and body devices, right, and you weren't, if I knew you had this system, right, I could get together with a few mates. Oh man, we could run you ragged. Just for the fun of it. Just for the sheer hell of this. Part of me wants to go, if you're a company and you're that paranoid, I would make you more paranoid. I really would. We could have so much fun with these people. Honestly. It's yeah. It sounds terrible, doesn't it, to even suggest it, but you know, bad marketing. If you fall for it, you fall for it. Right, so the final bit of this that I've folded up so I can read it a bit better. Combat drones with active countermeasures. Oh, going to countermeasure the drone we are. We don't just detect drones. Where lawful, we can give you countermeasures to tackle threats from unmanned aircraft. Oh, God. You know, for hobby drones, right, what I'm about to read is generally correct, right? From hobby drones, what I'm about to read is correct. So these can jam radio frequency, right, and you can. So what happens is they jam all radio. So anything that's on 2.4 and 5.8 is now screwed when you switch on that jammer, okay? So if your company relies on Wi-Fi, right, you will just wipe out your own company's Wi-Fi. Just so you know. I bet they told you that, didn't they? So these can jump, and then, right, we've got satellite navigation GNS signals. So basically they've got a device and they're going to wipe out GPS signals, which means everyone's sat nav. Any automated vehicles, when cars become automated, right, and we're using GPS, you will literally make the car lost. It'll not know where the hell it is. Hilarious! Brilliant idea! Anyway. Yeah, and it's like flying vehicles. You know those flying vehicles that everyone's on about? Could you imagine wiping out the GPS for one of them? Oh, God. This is a really good idea, everyone. And, you know, this will force a rogue drone to either return to the pilot, hover on the spot, or land. Actually, this is not true. So, you can get off-the-shelf parts, right? You can get something, right, that will run Autopilot, which is a firmware, okay? And if the aircraft or the drone loses GPS, it will go to due reckoning, which basically means the drone knows how far it's gone, right? So, and it knows it needs to still go another 200 meters. It will still do those 200 meters. You jamming the GPS signal means sweet FA to the new stuff that's coming. I mean, sweet FA to the stuff that I build. So that's pointless. Oh man, it's hilarious. So you can intercept it before it causes harm. No, you can't. The typical hobby drone, by the way, this is correct. Typical hobby drone's flying along, you hit it with the jammer, it will either go to return to home, right? You take out the GPS, or it will land. Or it will switch to ATI mode. And ATI mode basically means the GPS is gone, the wind will now push it in the direction the wind is blowing, and that's it. You know, I had to check today's date. I thought it was April the 1st. BT, your fear mongering is absolutely outstanding. I have to say, I have never seen, or I'd never expect to see such bad stuff from a company like BT. They're out to sell to big companies that are worried about drones. My advice is to these big companies that are worried about drones, don't be. Okay? If you think of a drone taking live pictures or anything of your compound is a problem, remember manned aviation can already do that with microlights and Cessnas, okay? So you're not a problem. Okay, drones are not the problem. It's use of the airspace completely that is the problem. It's not the drone, okay? If you've got problems at events with drones, you can get drone teams to come in and deal. You know, the horse racing and betting side of things, they've got problems. There's a couple of ways to deal with that. I know how I would deal with it. Well, that's just, you know, that's just how I would deal with it. But then I would know how to get around me as well. So that's terrible, isn't it? You know, there are not as many problems with drones. It's all the fear mongering, and sadly Gatwick sticks in our heads. Okay, members of Parliament are debating the current CA and drone regs and stuff. You know, those people, they need to get a grip, because they're going to make it so we can get fined, our kit can be taken off us. All it needs is a police officer to have some sort of inkling or reasonably believe as well, that we're doing something criminal or wrong. Okay, write to your MPs, because they right now, it's gone to the House of Lords, it's come back, it's had its first reading, I think it's got 2 more. Okay, you need to get in touch with your Member of Parliament. Okay, I will include some links in the video description, but right now we are on a dark road, and that's just the way it is, you know. And everyone at the minute is looking to try and make money out of drones. They're trying to work out how they can either charge us for airspace, you know, fear mongering, you know, is there, and this fear mongering gets into legislation. That's it. We end up even more restricted. Okay, and there's 160,000 of us. 160,000 of us. If we can't all write to our MPs and go, do you know what? If you vote for this, I won't vote for you. It's simple. You lose my vote. I won't vote for my local MP if they voted for this. Right? Simple. It's one of the things that I believe in. I believe in electric cars. I believe in all that kind of stuff. But if you're going to hurt me in my hobby, right, where it's not needed because of misguided and bad information and Gatwick, I don't have time, right, for my MP. It's that simple. You know, it's just reality. Right, anyway, that's my longest rant ever. I'm probably in trouble somewhere as well. But anyway, yeah, everyone take care, safe flying, and write to your MP. The links will all be in the description. Okay, oh yes, finally, before I go, yeah, cancel your BT subscriptions, change to Sky, get off EE because it's part of the BT system. You know, hurt them where in the pocket. Make it know that hobby flyers, we are not happy with the crap that you pump out. It's that simple. Okay, so this is my little bit of a plea at the back end. I don't have anything to do with BT. I won't have a BT product. I never will now. It's that simple. BT, you just shot yourself in the front foot like Air Maps did. Okay, that's it. Plain and simple. You're done in my world. Okay, I will no longer do anything to do with BT, and I suggest everyone else does the same. Okay, they need to be hurt in the pocket to make sure they understand. Oh, we stepped out of line. We're pumping out bad information. We're pumping out fear mongering, and your customers, us, right? We don't like it, so we're not going to use your products. Okay, right. Have a good one. Take care, guys, and have fun. Cheers.